This video is a quick review of dimension, area, and perimeter, and an introduction to volume. We're going to start with the definition of dimension. It's the label of the side lengths of the piece. A lot of times you see this in hardware stores when you're talking about lumber. So the dimension of this piece would be a 1x4. Our most common piece we hear the most often is a 2x4. What would be the dimension of this piece? That is correct. It would be a 2x3. It's 2 units tall and 3 units wide, or length. So next we're moving on to perimeter. And perimeter, we are finding the length around the shape. So we underline the word rim here because we're going all the way around the outside or the rim. To do this, you're going to add all the sides together. So here's our shape. We have a shape that is 1 inch by 2 inch by 1 inch by 2 inch. So to find the perimeter, you're going to start on one side and you're going to travel all the way around it. So that would be 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So this shape has a 6-inch perimeter. Try this one for yourself. We're going to say this one's feet. You're going to start here. You're going to add 6 plus 7 plus 6 plus 7. I know 7 and 7 make 14. And 6 and 6 make 12. If I add that together, I'm going to get 26 feet. This shape is 26 feet in perimeter. Now sometimes you're going to get shapes like this where only one side is labeled. So you need to be able to think, okay, this is a square shape and only one is labeled, so I think all sides are going to be 2 centimeters since I know in a square all sides are the same length. And for this guy over here, this is a rectangle, and I know opposite sides are the same length. So this would be 4 feet, and this would be 1 feet. So you can still solve these, but you have to kind of fill in the blanks there. So next we're going to move on to area. This is the surface of the shape, or how much space is colored. And we measure that by doing length times width, or actually solving our dimension. So on this one, this is 2 inches by 3 inches. That basically means that if we were to draw boxes, this is 2 inches and this is 3 inches here. So it's our length times our width, which would be 2 by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And then instead of just inches like perimeter, it's going to be inches squared. And the reason I remember that is because I've multiplied 2 numbers, so I need to put a 2 above the inches. And that's going to come in handy when we do volume in a second. Find the dimension and area of this shape. Alright, the dimension is a 7 by 2 or a 2 by 7. So if you multiply those together, you should get 14, and then my answer is in feet squared. Another way you can do this is if it's not a square or a rectangle, you can't use that formula. So you could just count it up. If you get a weird shape like this, you just want to know how many units of space is covering the shape. Well, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to say this is a 6 units squared. The last one we're going to go over is volume. Volume has to do with 3D shapes, and it's the amount of space a 3D shape can hold. The equation is length times width times height. So here's an example. We have this cube. Well, I guess it's not a cube, but rectangular prism, and it's 3 inches wide, 6 inches long, and 2 inches high. So if we were to plug that into the equation, we need to multiply 6 times 2 times 3. And it doesn't matter what way we multiply it. 6 times 2 is 12, times 3 is 36. We could also do 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. We'll always get the same answer. Now this is where that thing in area comes into key. On this one, we are multiplying 3 numbers, so that helps us remember that we need a 3 or a cubed at the end. It's a 3D shape, so it's inches cubed. Let's try this one. Excuse my drawing. Our length is 1, our width is 4, and our height is 8. Alright, if you're plugging in the information, you'd fill those in the blanks. 8 times 4 is 32, and 32 times 1 is 32. Oops, I messed up here, and it's feet cubed. Now sometimes you're going to get a weird shape that doesn't have any labels, and it's a little off. Excuse this drawing, this is supposed to be an extra cube. You can just count how many cubes it fills up. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this shape has a volume of 4 units cubed. Thanks for watching.